morning, wherever you are in the country, in the world. Yeah, my name is Atolagbe-Oyinloye. I'm the convener of Beyond the Idea. And basically, last year, October, we decided to premiere the Beyond the Idea Business Conference. It's a conference where we bring together successful entrepreneurs that can teach us how they started their struggles, what they went through, and how they were able to overcome and scale through. And today we can call them a success regardless of whatever niche or kind of business they do, right? And today we are discussing this topic: understanding Nigeria's new tax reforms, practical implications for SME operations, finance, and statutory compliance. Why are we talking about this? Because we understand that a lot of us are into businesses. We have a small business, we have a medium scale business, and there are so many fears about this new tax reform, and everybody is scared. Oh, this, oh, that, and all that. In fact, somebody walked up to me and said, please, the last sales man that came, please, can you help me confirm if we could change our business from business name to limited liability? I'm like, well, is that necessary? Because a lot of this huge amount is being attached to different types of businesses. So in this case, I'm here with Mr. Taiwo Oladipupo. Yeah, he's a highly experienced finance and audit professional with a disciplinary background in finance, accounting, audit, taxation, procurement, supply chain, and professional certificates. Right? Honestly, Mr. Rosawo he has MSc in finance, PGD, HND, MCSI, ACWM, ACISM, ACA, ACTI, FMPMI, ACILRM, FMSM, CCM. Honestly, this is too much for a person. I don't know how you got all these certifications, honestly. And for those kind of person that has all this certifications, you know that he knows his onions, right? So he is a partner at TAB and Associate Concept, an accounting, tax consultancy, strategic financial planning, management services firm. So please make welcome with me, Mr. Taiwo Rosawo. And today, like I said, he'll be telling us more about tax reform, the new tax reform in Nigeria. So let me reiterate, because this thing they're doing, we did it last week, Friday too, but due to a lot of people that said, oh, they want us to bring it back, right? They want us to bring it back. And now we are here on this. The truth about it is that I was in the market last week, and while I was buying from wholesalers, someone was like, with this new tax, so when you are sending money to me, please send narration should be gift or loan or something, because in this situation, it's like we'll not start adding VAT to what we are selling. And normally now it's not like going to Balogo market and they want to be adding VAT, And when you agree with me that these people, it's little amount they add to their cost. Their profit is little, so that they deal with turnover. So imagine people like that, they now decide to start adding VAT, because obviously government will start deducting from their money, the tax from their whatever income they get. So in this case, what do we do? What do we do? And I know there are so many questions that came up last week, and I know Mr. Taiwo is capable of attending to some of these questions. So thank you very much. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this good opportunity. Thank you, Madam All-in-One, because I know that you have many caps, and thank God for these great opportunities. Like this new tax reform, people are just misinterpreting the concept. I think the concept of this new tax reform is to maybe, let me say, is to force us to do what is right. I think that is the best way to put it, because this is one of the best things that is happening during our time. Because with this new tax reform, we are so sure that government can check, you can be so sure how many people, what people are actually doing. And with that, we can actually know the size of this economy. I think the major issue that we have been having before with previous tax laws is that you have different laws. One tax person come and quote a particular law to you then. But now what this tax reform is trying to do is that they are bringing all what we have known about taxation into four laws. That's why we have Nigeria tax law, we have Nigeria tax law, administrative law, and we have another two. That one is more about establishment of the new company entirely. That's why we have the Nigeria Revenue Service on that. Before that, we have done, and that is our major focus here as a practitioner or as a business owner is which law applicable to my business. And our focus here will be on NTA and the NTA, which is Nigeria Tax Law 2025 and the Nigeria Tax Law Administrative 2025. And the good thing about those laws is that they were trying to to bring us to a new system entirely, to new way of doing things. Now, government has even making the SMEs. These laws have to majorly to protect we that we are doing small businesses. But it's just that there was a misinterpretation of two words. That was what in one of the laws in the NTA, they said small business. In NTA, they call it small companies. I think that's where the issue has been. Then that one, and both for the small businesses, what the first law means by small businesses, people that are doing anything between 0 to 500 to 50 million. But now,
0 to 50 million.
That was what that one means. That is what they classify as small business. But under the NTA, they call it small company. Small company said that anything you are doing between 0 to 100 million, you will be exempted from VAT. There's some vatable items that you'll be exempted for. What that is trying to do, that is trying to enforce the 2000 tax VAT law. Because all this law has been in the system that people have not been, we have been trying to find a way of just managing it. But what this new tax law is doing is that it's forcing all of us to do what is right. That is why they are now doing more. They are now forcing all of us to go digital. That's why they ask all these big companies that you have to use what we call e-invoicing. That means that when you are sending an invoice to me now, government, there is a way that government can have an idea of how much you are sending. On the fact that you can be dealing in billions, you can be telling government that you are just doing in 100. With this all this system now, that's why they use technology to enhance this, just to bring us more accountable. But the major reason and the good thing about this law is that it's majorly to protect the poor. This law is to protect the poor. That means that people that are having less than 100 million or their capital base is less than 250 million. Okay. And that is why that is one of the major reasons.
Thank you very much. Let me cut you short a bit. You said, so if I have a business and in a year I make between 0 to 50 million, yes, I will not be taxed at all.
You will be exempted.
I'll be okay.
Even they are under the administrative law, which is the NTA, that is tax law administrative law. They now classify it as what? Small company. That means that you'll be exempted on some vertical items up to 100 million. But what you just need to do is that you have to do filing. That means that anything that you are doing that is above 2 million monthly have to be, if they are vertical, you have to file your returns. It's just, but what they mean is that either you are paying that VAT or not, file it. That means that you have some list of items that were not vatable. That means that what that means is that when you are doing it, when you are selling babies items, nobody will charge you VAT. When you are selling food items, they won't charge you VAT. When you are paying your students' school fees, they will not charge you VAT. Oh, but what the government wants to do is that let us know about it. Because if you don't allow them to know, there is no way you can run away from them because they now adopt more of technology. That is why they encourage everybody. The good thing about this law is that before, it's very difficult for anybody. You may choose not to pay VAT, but now this law is not saying that anybody above 18, you are not a taxable person. Okay. That means that when you are 18 years of age, you need to have your TIN number because you are now a taxable person. That's what it means is that anything that you are doing now, government have to be aware of it. That is why they encourage all of us to have our TIN numbers. And to get your TIN number is very simple. There is a link that you just put your NIN there and it will generate your TIN number. It's not for government to have an overview about your account, but what the government want to know, the government want to have an idea of what is actually going on, so that when it comes to finding your personal income tax, they will actually know that are you generating. Government only tax our profit. That means that if you are not doing any business, you won't pay tax.
You mean if I'm earning salary, I won't pay tax?
When you are earning salary above minimum wages, surely you are paying
minimum wage? Your
minimum wage is anybody that is earning between 0 to 70,000 in Nigeria today. That means that if you are earning above that means that
you'll be taxed.
If you are earning above
70,000.
If your annual earnings, that means that what you are earning for the whole year is over 800,000. The excess on it will be taxed. But that tax, unlike before that.
No, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You said if I'm working now,
yes,
and I earn 70,000, yes, probably 70,000 should be more than 800 in a year. Now, in a year, let's say I earn 800,000. Yes. Will I be taxed on that 800,000, or I will not be taxed on the 800,000?
The first 800,000 in your earnings for the year
I will not be taxed.
It's free. That means that next figure you have what we call progressive charge.
Progressive charge.
That means that what we earn next, this is all will be charged. What we earn after that, they have from 0 to 800 is accepted. From 801 to 3 million, there is a rate applicable to that. When you are now earning anything above 3 million per annum, there is another rate applicable to that. Is progressive, and this weight is coming more on people that are earning more because government is now taking up to 25% from people's salary, from all these big people that before is poor that are paying more. But now with this new tax law, people will not be paying more. Even they will be taking almost quarter of their annual salary, because they will, some people will pay up to 25% of the yes, because that
so
is
imagine I earn up to 100 million.
Yes, ma'am.
So
because you high net worth individuals,
Jesus,
you have to pay.
so let's say that's a lot of money for the government. Now, I
everybody
think I was going to
to
read something to you maybe later along the line. Now, so let's say I earn in dollars, I do YouTube videos, and I earn money in dollars. Like, how will you know? Will I also be charged?
You will be charged.
How will you know? Because
know.
Obviously I will be doing my business in dollars. I won't be doing it in naira. Actually,
That is why the only thing that is unique about this is that you are able to know who are the taxable individuals. Since you are above 18 and you are earning income, either you are earning income in Nigeria or you are earning in abroad, or you are earning online, like when you are doing YouTube or something, you will be subject to tax because you are now a taxable person. You are
so at what point do you remove this tax? Is it monthly or is it yearly?
Everything tax is always about annually, but you only that when you are giving me an employment now, you will tell me that you pay me this amount per annum. When you are,
but let's talk about business people now.
When business people, we are not, they won't come to you on the end of the year. But on monthly basis, you are advised to do your filing. Majorly your VAT, you have to VAT your VAT. You have to file it on monthly basis. You have to file your VAT on monthly, because if you are not doing that for the first month, for the first month you will be charged. Subsequent month you will be charged, because it is your responsibility. Is your statutory responsibility to VAT. You are not VATing because you want to pay government. You can VAT at 0 rate. But the issue is that government want to have an idea of what has actually happened within this month. That is why they encourage us to do more filing in this new dispensation.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, like I said, I was reading something yesterday on my phone, and with this new tax rates or new tax law, is there anything that the government have in plan for us? Because I think I will have to read it out. And somebody posted, they borrow loan, that means government, squander it, create no jobs for you, mess the economy up, inflate prices, ask you to bring tax from the job you created for yourself, so they can pay off the loan that was of no benefit to you. Now, based on this, are they saying that, is it true that they really want to use this our tax to pay loan, but they still want to squander it? Or they plan to create more jobs? Because you can't be collecting tax for no reason. There must be a reason why you remove tax from my money, right? The government is supposed to be accountable, right? That this is what we use your money for. So in this case, do you have an idea? I know you're not the government, but I don't know, maybe when the information was passed that we want to start removing tax or VAT from your money or charging you, was there anything like,
the social contract between the payer and the government?
Exactly.
And you know, something about tax is a compulsory payment, levy on individuals, but you cannot, it may not have a direct impact on you. You can not say because you are paying this much and go and hold government accountable. No, because that's what they call tax. But I believe with this new tax reform, with this new tax reform, if you take your time to really read more about it, and you'll see that it will make government to be more accountable. Because now we have an idea of what this economy is actually the worth of the economy. Then you actually make the government be accountable to that. But you cannot use government. You cannot use government that because you are anywhere in the world. You cannot use government that because you are paying this much. Government that because it's a compulsory payment, but you cannot demand because you are paying this much. But I believe if government have so much in their with them, that will enable them to provide more relief to the individuals. Because now the good thing about this tax that which you have to appreciate is that almost 98% of what we have been paying for before, we are not paying for them again.
Like what?
So many things. We have list of, at least we have 50 lists of items that we won't be paying VAT on again. What I just tell people is that let us take this initiative with a good mind, and we should believe that the government will be responsible enough to do what is right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So we are saying that here, because I'm not sure we'll take long for today, because I'm happy that we're about rounding up and this thing is going the way it should be. So you're telling us that for the richer, there will be more tax than the poorer, which is a good one. Then two, you said we cannot query the government. We cannot query the government that, oh, this is what you must use the money to do or what not to use the money for, which is okay. But I feel that they should be able to tell us, oh, this money is for this, and they should be able to create more jobs for people, and this will even help more people to pay more tax. You know, that is what I think. But thank God that the government did it in such a way that unlike some government that when you buy this, they collect VAT. When they buy this, they collect tax. It's making more sense. Then, for those in the market selling wholesale, sir, what do you encourage we should do? Because they are, like I said, small shaking body profits on their goods. And at the end of the year, and it's turnover that is their own. And obviously, when there's turnover, the money becomes big. But then the profit on it might not still be very much compared to what we expect. So in that case, because when you remove like 25%, you say like quarter, what happens to them? Is it that for somebody selling wholesales that they don't even really have a structure of, maybe they have a system, they do this, they do that? What should they do in that aspect?
No,
I'm sorry, sir. You also mentioned about government wants us to do it in a digital way. I don't know, how do you mean the digital way? Though I understand that there are some apps that you can use, to generate receipts, invoices, and all of that, right? But then, if I have a manual invoice, can I use it? Is it still okay? Or what digital platform are you, or digital way do you expect us to do it ahead to adopt? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Something about this reform is this. There is no way we can run away from filing. First thing to do is that we need to, and know that government is not taxing your revenue. Government is taxing your profit. Government is taxing your profit. And you can only declare like profit if you have a proper documentation. If you can show me that you buy maybe a cup at the price of 5,000 naira, and you are selling it at the price of 5,100 naira. I hope you understand that. The only money that we have in there is what? 100 naira. From the 100 naira, you should let us know that this 100 naira that you are making from it is not just your profit, because you see, you pay for your rent, you pay your staff, but you can only do that to a tax to someone that will come to check your book when you have a proper documentation. I can't come there and see that you are making 100 naira. They will tell me that no, 100 naira is not my own. No. But when you have a record to show that this in your purchase book, it shows that this thing was bought at what? 5,000 naira, and in your sales book we can tell you that it's being sold for what? 5,100 naira. Then there is another book that is your expense book that shows us that you will pay monthly rent, you pay salary, you pay all these other ones. The idea of it is that any business that you are doing, this system is forcing us to learn and to do what is right. That means that you have to have some proper books of accounting that you have to keep, like your sales journals, like your purchases journal, like your expenses, and you should do as much as possible not to miss your own personal money to company's money, because that will give you so many reasons to be defending what is not. That's why we are saying that is a way of forcing us to do what is right. Business is not the same person as the owner. That is why even being a sole proprietorship, that means that maybe your company is just a registered company. You are not the same person as the owner of the company. That means that you need to treat company as a separate entity on its own. Then everything that has to do with that company has to be done in a very professional manner. Find what you're supposed to file, keep your old document. And you said that is why all those filing that you are doing, if you are using, when we are advocating for automation or using technologies, that if you are writing in your paper, when I come and check your book, you can make a mistake or there is need for me to be questioning some figures. But if you use your phone or you have just an Excel sheet that you are keeping, but I won't suggest an Excel sheet, because Excel sheet there is no audit risk to be sure that you are just checking the figures now. But you have some accounting packages that you will be paying less than 10,000 naira on monthly basis to have your book properly kept, so that anybody that is coming to check on your book can see that you are doing what is right. With that, what they need to know is that if your business is doing very well and you are even above the threshold of the 100 million in revenue, what they need to check that what are your expenses that you have made during the year. Then what is your profit? It's on that profit that the company, that you and the government will now agree that there's an applicable rate that will not be applied on your profit, not on your revenue. And that is why you can see that the NTA is telling that you either be doing over 100 million on your asset is over 250 million. The time that we understand your system and we understand how the business can be run. That's why we are telling that try as much as possible to keep a proper book of accounts, so that when anybody is coming to check on your record, they can see that you have what it takes. Then with that, you will not be having to be bribing somebody or be trying to make contact of nothing. But that is why we are suggesting that try as much as possible. You can use your phone. Just download. There's some app that you can download. That can help you to keep your sales report, sales record. Then with that, we can easily know how much you have made from this business over time. Then for the manual invoices. For now, as an SME, you have technology is the best because with technology you won't be making nobody will be doubting you because if you are using a manual invoice now and I come to you I can see invoice 1, invoice 2, but I can't see invoice 3, 4, 5, and you are telling me invoice 10. You have sent me a signal that something is happening in this company. But when you are generating it online, we will know if there is cost for you to cancel the invoice. We will know that on this date and one invoice was issued, but it was later cancelled. We can see. But here on your one invoice, you can be causing that with that or if I'm doing the seriality of the invoice, I'm not saying that I can see 1, 2, 3, I can see 5 to 5, 5 to 10. You are not throwing me 15. I will be asking you so many questions. And that's particular they were like lawyer. That is not only me accountant that is person that. A lawyer can do it. It does to is what you are telling us that we'll be picking what next against you. If you are trying to defend that no, that money is my money, but in the course of it, we will be getting more from that, and that will be forcing us to be asking you some questions that you may think that you are trying to manage us, but with that you are just exposing yourself. With that, you now go back and go and make your book look more better. At the end of the day, you have to now pay more. So that's why we are suggesting that keep. It's not a must that you are using all these big known. We have some apparently packages that you can pay as low as 3,000 per month. You can pay even there's some that are free, but it will get the work done for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I hope we are all getting this and we are learning them. And the truth about it is that small businesses are safe. We are safe from this thing that we think is a big deal, right? Yeah, we are safe from it. So I would like to answer now. If I decided to use, maybe one of the accounting tools we can use is Keeper, K-I-P-P-A. Yes. So there's another one, freeaiding.com. Freeaiding.com. Those two apps, you can use them to generate invoices, receipts, and send to your customers online. If you want to print, you can also print. But then I would like to ask, let's say I keep records of all of this. How will the government know? Is it that you will have to come and meet me to confirm, bring out my documents, my expenses, my revenue, my profit, and all of that? What if I'm not a kind of person that after I'm a small business, of course, and I'm a one-man team. I don't really have that time and resources or energy to start writing the profits and the cost price and all of that. All I do is just to put price on my product. So I already know that putting price on my product, I already have gain on it or profit on it. So in that case, if I don't have time to do all of that, how will you be able to know, cross-check, have details? Is it that you will come and meet me one-on-one, or you will call me on phone, or what will you do? Or you will just stay in one place as the government and just assume that this is what this person makes and this is the person's profit and just deduct from?
The issue is that government cannot take your money. The government can have access to your account. You can say that you have made 10 million this year. You may not take it. We don't have that power. Government does not have power to even take a naira from your account. But there's something that by the time you are registering for your company, you have supplied your personal details. You supply your email address, you supply your phone number, you supply. So they won't prefer to send you an email just to get you notified that you have to pay, you have to do this, you have to obey some obligations. That is how they get in touch. They don't, and with that, if they are not complying with that, they have the right to come and lock your shop. It's part of their right because they have the right to enforce. They have the right to enforce. It's part of their right. They may not arrest you, but they don't have power to arrest, but they can enforce it. They can enforce that because you are not honoring your obligation. They can lock your shop. That is why the best thing to do is that keep proper book of account. And the question is that are they coming to come and check? There is a way they will check because they have your details, and with your TIN number, they have idea of what you're actually making.
Okay.
They have idea of what you're actually making.
I have two TIN numbers: personal. I have corporate, and I have the one for my salary.
You are not the corporate person. Is a company on its own. Company is a separate entity entirely.
So if I have a registered company now, yes. I'm supposed to get two things.
No. Something about this thing is
sorry for cutting you.
Yes,
no, I mean sorry for cutting you. Probably you were saying something before, but I just remember that I have the one for corporate, and I think for my salary in my organization, I have two.
No, it's now one.
It's now one. So can I be using the corporate one?
No, that is a lot of for you to use the JTB Joint Tax Reform app to generate your TIN number. With that TIN number now,
you need to teach us that one.
I checked the name with you. That one that you checked.
Okay.
With that one, it's the same thing that you have. They are just trying to bring it together so that you won't be supplying one thing for the state government. You will supply another thing for the federal government because Normally, you have different things. One that goes to state has its own federal bed. Now they are now making everything one, so that you will. That's why they said it's just like your NIN now. That's why they use your NIN to validate it. They use NIN. That is just like your NIN. And if you now come to a point that you have to be quoting, yes, I mean, you have to be quoting that number just like your NIN. If we are getting it, you have to be quoting that number. It's as simple as that. And for the question was that how will government know you have this much with your team? Even as an individual, government will know how much you have made, because they expect us as an individual to file what we call personal income tax. Personal income tax. They expect us to file our annual tax. Because we believe that you can be having other unearned revenue outside your salary. Like people like me now, I'm on somebody's payroll. Why I'm still having other side hustles that I'm doing? All these hustles that every other thing I'm doing, you have to pay government on it. That is normal. Every income that I earn, either through my salary or through other means. That is why your income is always, you have what we call earned income, and you have unearned income. Those are unearned income and other income that maybe it's just coming, that you are not so sure that, like your salary, you are sure that your salary will come this month. And you sure that means that government sure of getting certain amount from you as a payee. But within that particular month, you can add other maybe just do one or two side hustles and make money on it. Normally, you have to pay government VAT. You have to pay government tax on that other revenue that you are earning. That is the practice anywhere in the world. Because like in Nigeria, we are trying to have been managing that for a while. But with this new system now, you do your personal filing at the end of the year. Normally, by this time, I'm sure some people will be getting different letters from the state and federal now to come and do your monthly, to come and do your personal filing. It's the best practice everywhere in the world. It's not that it's a new thing. It's just that because it was difficult before to identify the taxable person in Nigeria. That is why some of us are trying to escape from that. But with this new classification, that you know that this person is a taxable person, and when you are a taxable person, you are subjected to pay your tax. That is how you speak life. If you are doing business, good thing for anybody that is dealing in any businesses is that do your filing. And best thing to make it transparent and to make your categories that try as much as possible to adopt technology to do it, so that will give you a sense of what? A sense of transparency, so that somebody will not be doubting. Surely they will still query it, but at least you have a sense of, you have a record to show that this is what I've been doing for a while. And if there's any cause for them to go further, they can go on that system and check. That will give you that will give both ends better understanding than somebody than I'm trying to just prove to that no, I didn't make 1 error, I made 2 errors, I didn't make 50 which will make somebody to now come and give you what we call best of judgment, that just pay this. Without both of you now going, no, I'm not paying that. That is why this tax reform is advising us that as much as possible, let us adopt the technology. And as a small company, this new tax law is protecting us by being overtaxed. Before, you are being taxed from left, right, center. With this new tax law, we are being protected. And the other thing is that we have a filing obligation that we have to do. You have to do your proper filing. It's when you are not doing your filing that somebody will come and harass you. But when you are doing your proper filing, and something about this thing is that if you are doing tax, when you come to tax, when you are honoring your statutory obligation, you may even be doing it and be paying lesser than you trying not to do it at all. When you are not doing it at all, you have to force us to come actually check your book, where you can actually that you are supposed to pay now. If you are paying it, if you are paying small, then when we even come, there will be need for us to start. And people say that you are honoring your obligation, which puts you in a better position than you trying to exempt or trying to not honor the obligation, which will send a very wrong signal to the government, and with that they can come after your business.
Wow, thank you very much. In fact, I'm now more enlightened, because all these things became cumbersome. This one, figures, not everybody is an accountant, and the figures, this one, that one, they became so cumbersome that we didn't even understand what everything is all about, because we needed this breakdown. So, thank you very much, Mr. Aruson. So now I could tell somebody that is a small business that you don't actually need to change your business from business name to limited liability. It's not necessary.
Even if you are under business name, what the clarification is that you are either sole proprietorship or you are a partnership. That one you have so many exceptions you have so many exceptions. But when you now go to limited liability company, you are telling government that you have a structure.
You have over 50 staff.
You have a structure. Not even you have a structure. When you have a structure, you have to file so many. You have to do so many filings, because you are now a corporate entity. And being a limited liability company, anybody can come to you to come and invest, and government have to protect the public interest. That is why they don't bet. If you are still a one-man business, or you are just less than 10 people come together, let us do this, and you are doing it fine. What you actually need is to do your filing, and the focus there is always about the director, the owner of that business. The focus there is and if the director of the business is doing his own personal filing, and is doing his own personal filing correctly, the business may not even have so much issue, because when they come, they don't know that this business is still like a one-man show. They just want to know how the owner of the business is now doing so. What they're actually trying to track is that they want to know, I hope you are not diverting the company money to your own money. Because government is, the interest of government is to protect that company, so that that company can become a limited liability company, then they can be taxing you. But if you are not trying to keep that business, you are trying to protect the business, the government. That is why the government will do everything to protect all these SMEs. The idea of them giving SMEs all this relief is that you can grow and become limited liability company. When you now have structure, and you are making more money, you are making over 100 million in a year, then the government now be sure that something will come from you. But you as a one-man person, and you are now spending, you cannot differentiate your own personal money from the company's money. You are just spending everything together. You want to buy chewing-gum, you pick from your company money. You want to send money to your boyfriend, you pick from company money. So no, with that, government no, because you are killing that business. By you killing the business, you are actually affecting the economy at large. That is why government do everything to protect all these small businesses. That is why they give them so many relief, so that you can have a structure. Later, after 2-3 years, if you have enough structure, then government can later now come to you that, oh boy, you are now of age, start paying. That is why they will protect us. That is why they will come for us. So many people will come and check on your book, not because they want you to pay, just that they just want you to have a structure, so that you can become of age to now be paying government maybe next 5-10 years. That is maybe next 3-5 years. That is the reason why they will actually come for us, but not for the profit of it, not for their own thing. It's to force us to do what is right, which at the end of the day will be the economy will be better for it.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, and on a lighter mood to bring the rainfall first today. I'm sure, I don't know if it rained anywhere in Nigeria around you, but it rained in Ogun State where we are currently, and I hope you all enjoy the weather. But then, while we're rolling, you mentioned joint reform tax something for the thing registration. So is it that there are 2 different platforms for the thing registration, or is that joint?
No. Now when you generate your tax, the people that are doing registration from late last year, when you now register newly now, on that on the tax on your CSC certificate, they now give you your TIN number. Okay. They give you your TIN number. Everything is still okay. But when you are now using this joint tax form reform, the link, there's a link. That link will help you to just confirm that. That is why we are trying to do that. Even when you have your thing before, use that link, because normally what they do is that when you have a link, when you have one before, it will generate it. That means that they are now just validating it. When you don't have anyone, they will generate another one for you. And everybody that has an account number is eligible for you to have your thing. Even not having your thing is a crime on its own. That means that as a taxable person, you need to have your thing. And that thing has to be attached to, because you have to prove to the government that you don't actually have anything that you are hiding. But if you are not trying to try to manage the system, that they will force them to know that no, you are not full, then you can enforce it. That is what you're going to do, is that no bank will stop you from not having access to your bank account. But I'm sure if you get to a level that they expect of us to know what is right to do. If you are not doing it, then there may be room for checkmating, which may be seen as like government is trying to withhold us, but they are just forcing us to do what is right.
That's a good one. Thank you very much, sir. We don't know if we have people that have questions online, but right now I think the WhatsApp was very, very engaging last week, but unfortunately, we can't record on WhatsApp, so would have recorded and shared last week's but then it's okay. So at the end of this video, we will make sure that we share it so that you can all watch the video and drop your questions in the comment section for us to respond to them. It should be okay. So what final advice do you have for us based on this tax reformation? What advice do you have for us?
My advice is just maybe 2 or 3, is that we should do as much as possible to honor our filing obligations, we should fight, because we have been given so much freedom to do what is right. That means that we should try as much as possible to honor that filing obligation. Then you should try as much as possible in your little corner to adopt a technology-driven. Let your business be empowered by technology. Maybe you have, everybody has phone, and you have I'm sure you have an email account. With that, you can access the Play Store, download some app that can enhance your financial record, because the purpose, one of the major reasons for this is to enhance people to do proper recording, so that you to give room for transparency and accountability. Our take home is that you should try as much as possible to file and to keep proper book of account. Keep your sales book, keep your purchases book, keep your expense book, keep all the necessary books. And if you have any question, ask question early. Don't wait until when somebody is trying to use force to make you to do what is right. That is when you learn how to do it, because it's a reform and it has now become a law, and it's now on us to honor it. That is why we advise everybody to do from your little corner that if there's anything that is not clear to you, but have the mind that this reform is to empower the SMEs to become a bigger company. That is the motive. That is why they give us up to 100 million naira, and they give us that if our capital base, if our asset base is not up to 250 million, we are still exempted from VAT. But that does not stop you from doing filing. That is why the focus is always on what? Filing. They just want you to file your returns. If you are making 10 naira, file it. If you are making 20 naira, file it. It's not after, they are not after what they became for now, but they want to have an idea of what is actually happening in this economy. That is my major take on that. Let us develop that habit of doing what is right. It may look cumbersome and is a new thing. I hope that there will be enough room for us to empower ourselves so that we know how to get it right.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo Osonwu. In fact, this is well explanatory enough, and this is I actually understand it very well, and I'm quite sure that other people will also understand it very well now. So I really say thank you very much for coming all the way, for taking your time. Anytime I call you, you always answer when it comes to any financial aspect. So like I said, Mr. Taiwo is one of the partners of TAP Associates, and what basically does the company do? It's an accounting firm. They deal with accounts, tax consultancy, strategic financial planning, management services firm. So it's a firm you can trust when you do auditing too. Yeah, auditing too. So if you want to audit your business, which is very important, like me now, I want to audit my business. It's very important. You want to do tax consultation. You also want to do your finance, because I know that a lot of people they don't know how to identify their sales goal. When I mean identify your sales goal, or let me say identify your profit, let me use that word. We don't know how to say, okay, this is a particular percentage you should put on our profit. Maybe if you bought something between the price of 100 to 5,000, this is actually the good percentage you put, so that you'll be able to fine-tune your bills, your expenses, and you will know that even on it you are still gaining something. Paying yourself. You are not shortchanging yourself. There are a lot of things that you can benefit from it because it has a lot of experience. So if you are just starting a business, you have a business, and you think that you are not even paying yourself in this business, probably you don't even know if you're doing the right thing, when it comes to your finances, right? This man right there, calling, just calling me. I'm sure that with just a little cost, he can help you out. And let me also say something, that as business owners, our finance, our accounting and everything structure is very important. It also helps us, to determine all these tax. If at the end of the day you're trying to calculate your tax based on, let me set an example. I bought a wig in the market for 10,000 naira. I decided to sell it for 13,000. Now, remember that our tax is on that 3,000 naira, right? Now, if your tax is based on that 3,000, you also know that on that 3,000 naira is your expenses. Am I right? Your NEPA bill, shop bill, transportation, your own labor which you are paying for. Probably you have a staff or more, or 2 or 3 staff. It's on that 3,000 naira. Are we clear? Yes. So what I'm saying is that what if 3,000 naira was not supposed to be the actual profit that should be on 3,000 naira? Is it that you are shortchanging yourself or you're not doing something right? And if you're not doing something right, at the end of the day, the business will just be, it will liquidate. And you will think that I'm working so hard and I'm not even earning something, or I'm not getting something. So it's very, very important that we're consulting for most of these things. It will help you. Those are into services. How do you, a cake baker, how do you cost it? How do you do it? Because the truth is that they might say your things are expensive, fine, but as long as you give good products, is what is important. Good products is what is important, and you are not extorting people. You have peace within your heart that you have not gone beyond the boundaries of the profit you're supposed to get from whatever you're doing. So, like I said, if you need to consulting, please do in your business. It's very, very important. So, Mr. Taiwo, thank you very much for coming over. We will still call you again, based on this last aspect I just talked about our finances in our businesses, how to go about it, and all of that. Then you also tell us the kind of businesses we can invest in. It's very important. I know the treasury bill is not doing well now, because I know somebody that invested 1.2 million in GT Bank. It depends on the rate that they have, I think it's 16%. And immediately they give the person the profit, which is about 300 and something thousand. As in, I mean, they gave you your profit, but they took the capital to invest in. So it's I'm looking at, so you bring your money again to tell us different investments, financial investments you can invest in, right? And everything is buying and selling. In fact, me say I want to I'm reducing my buying and selling now, and because I want to focus on more services and investments. So thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo. God bless you. So if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. So please like, follow, and share with your followers so that they can always, come again, because subsequently every month we'll be having a lot of this. We'll be having a lot of things. We'll be bringing small business owners on board to come and talk about their business. Like I said, their success, their struggles, what they went through, how they were able to get money. You see young ladies having big store, having everything. What did they go about it? Their marketing, what marketing strategy did they use, and a lot of that. So thank you very much for coming online to join us and watching. Thank you. There's a comment?
Yes, there's a comment.
Oh, yes.
Comment.
Okay. No, I think it's it.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And we are, from our end, we are ready to support you. If there's anything that you need to contact them, we can see, we can get it done. And because the focus is to make an impact. It's not just for the profit part of it. It's just to make an impact. At least, and I'm sure, like the reform we have said initially, is for us to know how to do what is right. By the time you are imparting many people, and the system is not become a better place for everybody to thrive. Then all of us will be good.
Then he is also a teacher. In case he teaches accounting, all of you that want to do ACCA, ICANN, you want to be chartered. He teaches you, you're always a chartered accountant, so he also teaches a lot of that. So in case you are interested or you want to start a business in finance, financial aspects, he can train you and teach you well when it comes to that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you.